they want to be known as high tech, and they want to take over first. Well, they want to take over Canadian, U.S. and European markets, and they basically said open, looking for yeah.
Small company, they do 5 to 10 million, and it's 18 people.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much.
Yeah, you'll see. We'll go over it pretty well in our analysis.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. We just ran out of time to do actual kicker boxes, but we have. It's in my mind.
He was too focused on the stupid HM application.
No, that's.
And then he was like, "Oh, you're gonna keep starting." He's like, "Oh, but did Raphaël did." I'm like, "Fuck, Corey, like, oh." Because usually he's like, Corey's like the one that's like.
Guys.
So I was a bit distracted today. I'll admit it. Okay.
Oh god.
But our slides are also very nice. I did a lot of that. They look really pretty.
And you also went to Inactive?
What's that?
And you also went to Inactive?
Yeah, and we won.
Yeah,
I
I know.
got
Congrats.
really
So
drunk.
how the fuck are you like doing
Here?
both? And yeah, I'd be like,
Time management, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're going to nationals. So I thought like, okay, now we're done. We got like, we can relax, and then we win, and I'm like, yo, shit. Like now we have to ramp it up. We don't have to relax.
Boo
We ramp it up.
hoo. Boo fucking.
oh
boo.
man, we fucking won.
I'm
Sucks.
gonna count.
Okay, let's not get introduced to leave.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we only paid
whatever
for like
it is,
30
we can
minutes.
talk
Shit done.
yeah.
All right. So time's running.
No.
Get on that.
Ok, vas-y avec
Oh yeah.
le move de hand pour les slides.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. It's funny you're trying to tell me something and you're like,
No, whenever you start, she'll start the timer.
okay. Lady Gaga, Google headquarters, the smart cars, quirky Aunt Sue, who goes all out during all the holidays. What do all these things have in common? They all stand out and aren't afraid to be different. Ladies and gentlemen, being normal doesn't pay the bills, but being remarkable does. Today, at Corey Consulting, our team, Corey, Antoine, and myself, Linda, are going to bring 8D technologies from being very good to being remarkable. So the process, we're going to go through the mandate, the analysis that's going to lead to our strategy, how we're going to implement this strategy, and evaluate to make sure that it remains remarkable.
Donc, le mandat qui nous a été confié aujourd'hui à notre équipe est de développer un plan d'expansion qui va permettre à AD Technologies de devenir un leader en matière de solutions innovatrices pour les stationnements. Donc, l'objectif qu'on s'est donné, c'est d'ici 2015 d'atteindre nos objectifs. Et voici ce qu'on a choisi. Donc, dans un premier temps, on veut instaurer votre système APMS dans 8 grandes villes canadiennes. Ensuite, on veut atteindre le seuil des 500 000 utilisateurs pour vos systèmes. Et tout ça devrait nous permettre, d'ici 2015, de stabiliser les revenus d'entreprise environ à 15 millions par année. Puis finalement, on espère qu'avec tout ça, ça va permettre à AD Technologies de distinguer la compétition et d'augmenter la notoriété qui est associée à cette marque-là.
Now to analyze your company, AD Technologies. You're small, but you're really a successful company so far. You have revenues of between $5 and $10 million annually, and your managers are very experienced and they're well known in the industry. They speak at a lot of conferences, and they have a lot of good reputation. In terms of your worldwide reach, you're present in many cities, and your products are on 3 continents right now. Now your product is award-winning. It was selected by Time Magazine and the Edison Best New Products. We're going to leverage that in our strategy. In terms of the industry, so the parking meter industry, the trends are that there's a lot of appetite for new technology and a better user experience for the end user, for the consumer. So there's also the innovative economy. So cities are looking to really find a competitive advantage because they're competing against each other for talent and that kind of thing. So they want to be able to have good venues and good culture and that kind of thing. So we're also going to leverage that in our strategy. Now the industry is really focused on traditional marketing. They do really simple stuff like industry conferences, and they do press releases. So it's really basic stuff, and we want to be able to revolutionize, and we're going to stand out that way. Now the process for awarding contracts, you first build relationship with cities, and then you submit requests for proposals. Now for our clients, there are 3 clients that we could possibly target. The first one are parking management companies. So they buy lots and they build parking lots on top of them to make profit. Next are cities. So they have parking along the streets. And finally, the private retailers and corporations. These are people that own stores and that have parking lots for their clients. So the cities are mainly influenced by public opinions and their re-election of the mayor. So this is influenced also by risk, the tourism, the economy, and the cost. They want to be financially responsible. Now the budget size, keep in mind that it's very large for cities and that the number of units cities purchase is very large as well. Now our competitors, AD is a medium business compared to the other competitors on the market. Now our largest market though is in Canada. We're very present in Canada, but we can still be more present. Our price is fair and it's equal approximately with our competitors, and our products include parking and bicycle stations. Now we have high reliability for our products also, and we differentiate ourselves from our competitors because we have these extra products and we can give a full solution.
So and now in terms of positioning. So we looked at two different perceptual dimensions that the buyers, the mayors, look at. So that's innovation and that's cost savings. And that's how you want to position yourselves in the marketplace. So AD is a much smaller company in comparison to its three international main competitors. But what you offer is that innovative, long-term vision that these competitors do not have. So you're really going to utilize this and the cost savings that you can provide through your innovative offerings, for example, the solar panels and the fact that your machines can shut off. So we're going to utilize this to reposition yourselves in the future.
Now in terms of the Sweato, it's a revised SWOT, and this is going to bring us to our final opportunity, which we're going to capitalize on in our strategy. So the strength, like we've said before, is that your business is very innovative and that your managers are well known in the industry, and we can leverage that. Now your weaknesses is that you're not fully leveraging all your products and your full solutions. Finally, your eurekas is that they're parking management companies and that the cities want to be able to promote themselves and that they're influenced by public opinion. And finally, the threats are that there's intense competition in the market.
So all of this leads to the opportunities that your company is presented with. So first, expand parking into major Canadian cities. So that's our first recommendation. But you also have two other opportunities. And that opportunity is to expand into tourism and business with the software that you have, that innovative software, and private parking. Last is to then, when you're ready, expand to the American and European markets. With the innovative solutions that you offer, the vision that you can have, and the continual growth, we want you to keep in mind those two other opportunities because we are going to mention them towards the end of the presentation. Vision is important. As business guru Seth Godin says, when you drive down the road and you see a cow, you don't stop, you don't go over, you keep on driving. And it's just a cow. Cows are boring. Nobody notices the cow. But if that cow were purple, then you notice it. Then you stop, pull over and say, wow, look at that purple cow. Purple is different. Purple is remarkable. And so today, our strategy is the purple cow strategy. Park your problems, drive the profits.
Now in terms of the target market, I think it's pretty obvious from the analysis we've conducted that the cities are our best option in terms of targeting our clients because of the large budgets and because of the influence that the public has on the decision-making process. Now within cities, the key buyers there are the mayors, of course, and the purchasing agents that work for the cities. So like I said before, the re-election is their biggest priority, and so this is influenced by the tourism and local economy, the constituents, so what their preferences are and what they're looking for, and perception of the public, so in terms of fiscal transparency and fiscal responsibility. And they also look at risk, so they don't want to be able to invest a lot of money and put a lot of the public's money in and then have a botched project. So we can leverage that in terms of our value proposition, which is that we're very innovative, we have cost savings, we're environmentally friendly, and we're low risk. We have a proven track record that we are very successful with. So in terms of innovation, there's leading mobile technology and there's ease of use, as well as we can bundle with other services in terms of tourism and other things. So now cost savings, in terms of installation, there's less time required, and you don't have to excavate versus our competitors' products. And ongoing costs are much lower because they don't have to have as much maintenance personnel, and they don't have to have as many parking officers. In terms of environmentally friendly, there's no carbon footprint because of the solar energy our products use.
So now we take a look at positioning again. So by utilizing all your resources, all your strengths, and making sure that we attack those threats and those weaknesses, you're going to be able to reposition yourselves from an industry player to an industry leader. So you're going to leverage your major competitive advantage by positioning yourself as a leading, innovative company offering advanced technologies that provides major cost savings and an opportunity for continued innovation, which is really important here, that long-term vision, that tourism, all of that, we are going to take into account all of this. There is no stopping. So we're going to look into our marketing mix, our 4 Ps. So first, we look at products. So we have a lot here because there's a lot we can work with. So first, we like the services that you offer, but we want you to refocus your services and products. You're an innovative company. We want you to let go of all of the older services that you offer and focus on your pay-and-go services. And everything that you offer, the color, the modern, the wireless, the touchscreen, that is what you'll focus on and let go of the rest so people know about this one product. So with that being said, we want AD Technology to have sub-brands. The first one that we present is Easy Park. It is the Easy Park brand. And this will represent our foot in the door for parking. So we're going to have a micro site. It's called easyparkbrand.com. And we'll have all our marketing material around this Easy Park brand. We'll get into more detail later on. In terms of a phone application, so we want a mobile application. We want to use that current software that you're using with the city where they're able to see where there's empty parking spots. We want to provide this opportunity to the citizens because at the end of the day, the mayors care about what the citizens want and they're influenced by their decision. So we're going to provide the same software to the citizens so that they can actually know where to park. And we'll be able to use this mobile app in the future with the tourism. And we'll talk a bit about that in long term. But again, that long-term vision is key. In terms of parking meters, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that you brand your parking meters completely separate from your competitors. People will notice this. You want to get the attention of the citizens and of the mayor. We're going to have a yellow base. It's going to be yellow. It's going to stand out. And the poles, whether you have the solar energy panels, it's going to be green to represent that energy, that green feel. On top of this, Canada is cold, and people don't like taking their mittens off. So we're going to have winter protection glass panels, so while they're paying, you're going to be able to stay a little warmer. Again, differentiating yourselves, being innovative. The last thing is customer care post-sale. Especially for a mayor city, we've seen mayors adopt different opportunities, and then it fails, and then it's a huge PR disaster for the city. So we're going to make sure that customer service is 24/7, and we provide all of it for them. Next, we look at pathway. So we're looking at a direct path. So Easy Park AD is going to be directly targeting City Hall, the mayors. But we don't want to forget about the citizens that have a huge influence on the mayor, and so we're going to take a lighter approach to the citizens to pull them in. With that being said, we're targeting 8 major Canadian cities: Calgary, Victoria, Vancouver, Toronto, Quebec City, etc. In long term, we'll go into major US cities and then major European cities, but we're focusing on those major 8 Canadian cities. We're taking an aggressive, direct sales approach. So first and foremost, we want to use Monsieur and Madame Bethes as the spokespeople for all our media and all our sales because they have that reputation, they have that credibility, but they're going to need support. So we're going to have sales support, media support, and research support. We're just repositioning the current team that we have into these 3 different categories. In terms of price, you offer a premium service at fair pricing, and we really want to showcase this to the City Hall. And again, the reason that you're allowed to do this is because of the leading innovative technology that you offer, your competitive advantage.
En termes de promotion maintenant, donc à la lumière de toutes les analyses qu'on a fait, évidemment, vous avez un produit qui est très innovateur, et bien on veut concorder avec ça avec des stratégies de promotion qui sont très innovatrices aussi. Donc actuellement, stationner beaucoup vers l'innovation. Donc en fait, c'est la tagline qu'on veut utiliser pour attirer les clients vers chez vous. Donc actuellement, ce que vous faites, comme vous avez mentionné, vous participez à des conférences, il y en a plusieurs par année. Vous êtes là, c'est bon d'être présent. Les médias sociaux, les communiqués de presse, le réseautage. Donc, c'est actuellement utilisé par vous. comme on a parlé, c'est des techniques qui sont un petit peu traditionnelles en termes de marketing. On peut vous présenter des alternatives qui sont plus récentes. Donc, la base, évidemment, SEO, l'optimisation des moteurs de recherche, très important d'avoir une bonne visibilité au niveau de l'Internet. Ensuite, des newsletters, donc avec nos partenaires existants et potentiels, on peut les garder informés de tout ce qui se fait, des nouveaux produits qu'on sort. Des papiers blancs, donc c'est important qu'ils aient l'avis d'experts sur les nouvelles technologies. Tout le concept de ville innovatrice et de ville verte, c'est très important à l'heure actuelle. Donc, on veut également que les experts s'expriment sur ces points de vue-là pour convaincre nos clients potentiels. Ensuite, on va avec des vidéos qui démontrent l'utilisation des machines. Utiliser Twitter ensuite pour donner des mises à jour sur les machines. Par exemple, il y a des machines qui sont non fonctionnelles pour le moment. Ben, c'est une façon d'aviser les gens. Donc ça, c'est la base. Vous connaissez probablement déjà ces techniques-là. On va aller dans le plus unique maintenant. Donc, des stratégies qui sont plus particulières à votre entreprise, à votre situation. Donc, comme on mentionné ma collègue Linda un petit peu plus tôt, on parle d'application mobile pour téléphone intelligent. Donc, l'application EasyPart, donc, elle se divise en deux clientèles cibles. Dans un premier temps, pour les citoyens, donc les gens qui veulent utiliser l'application, bien, ça leur permet de faire des choses très intéressantes. Par exemple, payer pour leur parcomètre par téléphone. Donc, sans avoir à sortir de la voiture, à utiliser de l'argent comptant ou une carte, ils peuvent enregistrer les produits sur leur téléphone et quand ils se stationnent, simplement consulter le numéro du stationnement, payer et puis s'en aller. C'est aussi simple que ça. Ensuite, si jamais ils ont un imprévu qui vont rester plus longtemps, ils peuvent rajouter du temps à distance sans avoir à retourner à la voiture. Il peut y avoir une alarme qui leur dit que leur parcomètre achève. Donc, il faut soit rajouter du temps ou soit retourner à la voiture. Et puis, évidemment, ça leur permet, ce qui est très intéressant, comme on a discuté plus tôt, afficher les espaces disponibles. Et ça, c'est vraiment quelque chose qui est très intéressant pour les citoyens qui ont à faire des voyages fréquents en ville. Et bien, c'est de voir concrètement, selon l'endroit où ils veulent se déplacer, par exemple un restaurant, un commerce, de voir les espaces de stationnement le long des rues qui sont disponibles à eux. Donc, ça, c'est très intéressant. Par contre, l'application a un autre côté aussi, une utilisation pour les villes. Et ça, c'est vraiment destiné à sauver des coûts pour les villes et de faciliter le travail des employés de la ville. Donc, ils peuvent surveiller à distance les parcomètres qui vont venir à échéance dans les prochaines minutes. Ça leur évite des déplacements inutiles. Donc, encore là, on parle d'optique verte, donc ça évite de dépenser du gaz inutilement, par exemple. Puis, évidemment, il va y avoir des alertes pour les machines, par exemple, qui sont défectueuses ou qui vont manquer de change, par exemple. Donc, ça permet vraiment un travail plus efficace d'avoir des employés de la ville qui surveillent les parcomètres. Ensuite, ce qu'on veut, évidemment, participer à la conférence Canadian Parking à Montréal qui va se dérouler en mai. Vous y êtes déjà, c'est important d'y retourner cette année encore. Une conférence de Mme Betters. Vous savez, Mme Betters a beaucoup de contacts dans le monde des nouvelles technologies. C'est une personne qui est très respectée, qui a gagné beaucoup de prix. Donc, évidemment, ce serait bon d'avoir une conférence de sa part pour faire part aux gens de l'industrie, aux maires, aux clients potentiels, une nouvelle tendance dans l'industrie. Et finalement, on arrive à notre dernière recommandation pour vous, et la plus importante, qu'on va qualifier de remarquable. Et ce qu'on veut faire concrètement, c'est créer une demande. Comme on a mentionné un peu précédemment, c'est vraiment les citoyens qui mettent les gens au pouvoir pour décider. Donc, il faut que cette demande-là vienne à la base vraiment des citoyens de la ville qui veulent avoir un système plus facile pour trouver des stationnements, pour payer des stationnements et pour éviter au bout de la ligne de payer des contraventions inutilement. Donc, ce qu'on veut faire, c'est une campagne d'affichage dans les villes, dans les grands centres, donc des pancartes, des panneaux réclames très gros. On veut piquer l'attention des gens avec des taglines dans le genre « tanné de chercher un stationnement ». On veut que les gens soient curieux, ils lisent ça et se demandent « c'est vrai que je suis tanné de toujours chercher un stationnement » avec l'adresse www.easypark.com. Et ce que ça va permettre, c'est de créer en fait de l'intérêt dans la population et d'avoir des preuves face aux leaders politiques. Donc, par exemple, si les gens viennent chercher un stationnement et puis on se rend compte sur le site qu'on peut générer du 100 000, 200 000, 300 000 clics sur le site web, ça démontre vraiment qu'il y a un intérêt de la part des gens pour un produit qui va leur permettre d'arrêter de chercher un stationnement, de leur simplifier la vie. Et donc, ça, c'est important. En fait, après ça, c'est vraiment quelque chose qu'on peut leverager devant les décideurs politiques pour les inciter à vraiment faire appel à nos services. Donc, dans l'immédiat, rapidement, il va falloir développer l'image de marque pour la marque EasyPark. Donc, on parle d'un logo, d'une identité visuelle. Évidemment, le trademark, il va falloir s'approprier les droits sur le nom de cette entreprise-là. Ensuite, développer l'application mobile, c'est un processus qui peut être très long. Donc, il faudrait commencer immédiatement à préparer ça. Et puis, évidemment, se préparer en vue de la Canadian Parking Conférence qui va avoir lieu à Montréal, qui va avoir lieu en mai. À moyen terme, la campagne d'affichage Il va falloir la lancer, évidemment, participer à la conférence. On veut évaluer au jour le jour nos résultats, évaluer les clics dans notre campagne d'affichage. Et puis finalement, il faut surveiller les appels d'offres. On sait que ça fonctionne par les appels d'offres électroniques. Donc évidemment, il faut surveiller où est-ce qu'il y a de la demande pour tel type de produit. Et puis s'ajuster en fonction de ça pour pouvoir être là quand c'est le moment vraiment de passer à attaquer.
Now in terms of calendars, now we know that the Canadian market is the first market that we're targeting, so that's why we're submitting requests for proposals immediately. We're also going to conduct market research in the United States within the next short while, within this year. And then we're going to move on and we're going to start submitting requests for proposals in the US and eventually also in Europe. We're going to start installing, because you said that the process for RFPs is 1 year. So in a year, we're going to start installing the meters in Canada, and the year after that in the United States. And then we're finally going to conduct research in Europe in 2 years from now.
Sur le budget, rapidement, je voudrais faire un petit graphique qui est là pour voir un peu comment l'enveloppe est distribuée, pour montrer que la grande partie du budget est vraiment dédiée à la campagne d'affichage pour convaincre les managers.
Now, in terms of the financial forecast, now we've estimated that because our objective is to get 8 large cities signed on, and that the contracts are each worth $2 million, we're going to have an increase in sales of $16 million. The cost of all our promotions combined is $500,000, which leaves us with an increased cost of profit of $15.5 million.
We'd be more than happy to go over KPIs and risks at the end of the presentation.
Donc, comme vous allez pu voir, toutes nos stratégies qu'on a développées sont là pour nous permettre d'atteindre nos 4 objectifs et d'ici 2015, donc évidemment.
So we're bringing your company from being very good to being remarkable. At the end of the day, there's one question that's left. You're either a purple cow or you're not. It's time to make your decision.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, like, okay.
So sorry, we have 2
Question-
minutes,
yeah,
30
questions
seconds, and breathe, and then pause it.
It's 2 minutes, 3 seconds.
10 to 30.
One second.
So questions first, and then
Yeah.
we'll do.
Okay, so are you going to be adapting those strategies for every city you're partnering, or is it going to be a strategy that's going to be the same for all the cities?
Right. So we are targeting each city and evaluating their needs and adapting our products to their needs, because every city has a different setup and different needs for their citizens. So we're of course targeting and giving them the best value for their money. So that's also because of the lower cost. That's part of that, and part of our value proposition when we submit our proposal to the city.
So just on your calendar, you're saying that you're going to start with the 8 Canadian cities,
Correct.
and then in a year you're going to move to the European market.
We're going to start researching the European market in a year from now.
Okay. And then in 2 years, no, sorry, it's a year for the US and then 2 years for the European, correct?
Yeah, and it takes a year for the request for proposal. So it's a year after that for the actual installation of the machine.
We're taking a proactive approach by making sure while we're in the contracts right now within Canada, we're doing that research for the next market, and it's going to continue, so it's going to be research for the European market. So it's an ongoing.
You have mentioned that the beginning, if I'm not mistaken, about an application, like a phone application. Were you guys developing that or no?
So what you currently have
Yeah.
is an application for the actual the city employers,
Yes.
so the bylaw officers that are able to use and find out where other empty parking spots, where have they not paid, etc., to be able to issue tickets. You can use that same software for the citizens, so that they can actually use it and find out, okay, where are the free parking spots.
Okay, so are you planning on implementing that anytime soon?
Yeah, it's part of the short term, so we're going to start developing right now, and then launch it once we start installing it.
Yeah, I was wondering those two. Yeah, you said that you want a 24/7 customer care. Do you currently have a 24/7 care or not? Can you remember?
Pretty sure we currently do have it 24/7 24/7 customer service for our city clients.
Okay.
So we'd like to, of course, continue with that and maybe add an option to have a number simplified for the actual customers who use the system. Whether there would be a problem with the application or reimbursement, ever there was anything wrong with our card payments. We want to really take that same customer service we have for the cities and apply it to our end consumers also.
Okay, so you would need new employees then, right? To cover that 24/7 customer care?
Because we already have it in place, we can already use the current employees that we have, but we will probably need to look into hiring other customer service staff. And the reason why we haven't included that in our forecasting is because it'll be according to the cities we get it in and according to demand, and we work with the cities to find out how to support this. In risk, we had actually mentioned that there could be, with this new innovative technology, there could be a fear of job cuts. So what we actually recommended is that we could reposition these employees into customer service roles. So then that's another way that we can save costs and not necessarily have to hire more.
Okay.
And of course, diminish the fear that could happen.
And then, yeah, could you quickly go over your KPIs as well? If you don't mind?
I know the password.
It's a little complicated.
So we've broken it down to 3 separate ways to evaluate. So in terms of success, takes into account the 3 of the objectives that we mentioned in our mandate. And so we're looking at cost savings, ROI, and efficiency analysis to make sure, okay, are we being as efficient as possible? Are we providing you with our return on investment that we wanted to provide you with? Are you being provided with cost savings? And then being able to present this to the citizens for that transparency. Analytics on the website and Twitter. Petition number. So my colleague, I think, mentioned the petition that we're going to have to bring the consumers to get our product on. So just number of signatures and numbers of cities that actually sign at the end of the year. In terms of brand awareness, what we want is we want to have surveys to actually know brand recall, recognition, and brand image. So you have surveys before we launch and after to see if there's changes and evaluate that. In terms of customer satisfaction, we want to have 2 different measures. So our first measure is feedback meetings with actual City Hall and the mayor, and figure out, okay, what worked this year, what hasn't, what can we do next year, but also we care about what the citizens do. So having a survey with the citizens to know what kind of services they want, what changes that we can make.
How would you send out the surveys?
So you can use several different softwares. For example, Qualtrics is an easy one. The City Hall may have one in place that they want us to use, so we can sit down and figure out which we would use. But the surveys would essentially be out to the consumers with incentives. But that's a lot of detail that we can go into when we meet again.
I think I'm good.
Good job, guys.
Amazing. Can you start with the size?
No, je vais prendre.
Okay, I don't think I want to do that. I wasn't thinking about actually doing questions after.
Well, yeah, there's a